What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Wave. Coach Andre here. And we are definitely back. Let's go ahead and jump in. Game 5 is officially in the archives. So let's go ahead and take a look. This game was definitely down to the wire, at least down to the fourth quarter. Um, in all honesty, it was pretty insane. Um, we had the team high on Indiana. Pascal Siakam, he had 28, 9 for 15. 50% shooting from the 3-point line. He played well. Aaron Naismith, again, he's the shooter on that team. He had 4 threes himself. Did find himself getting into some foul trouble with 5. Um, Miles Turner, he didn't play too bad. He had 13 with 6 rebounds. Not the worst performance out there. Nemhard, he played 36 minutes, 7 points. He was playing some good defense out there at a point in time, but he did have some turnover problems, some costly ones too. Um, and Therese Halliburton, one of his worst playoff performances this year. He had 4 points. He did not make a single field goal. All his points came from the free throw line. He did have 6 assists and 7 rebounds, but yeah, he just couldn't generate any offense out there. He couldn't put the ball in the basket himself. Again, we top him with some clutch shots. He hit 1 3. I like the threes he was taking, but he was just trying to spot up and just find shots and be aggressive out there. Um, TJ McConnell had one of the best third quarters I've seen. He literally scored like 8 straight, and he was just playing great. Mathurin was all right as well. Not as good on the free throw line. I mean, on the shooting wise, he only went like 2 for 11. But in terms of everything else, he was playing some defense out there and doing what he had to do. Yeah, Therese Halliburton, him not scoring, and you know, definitely a turnover problem as well. Like the first half, they had double-digit turnovers, which was unacceptable, especially in a playoff game. The fact that the game was so close is really a testament to them hitting their shots, but in reality, they can't afford to just to go 0 for 6, and they need Therese Halliburton with at least 15. Again, we always say this, but again, I said 3 to 5 guys with double digits. Again, Indiana with 5. It came from an unlikely source off the bench with Toppin and McConnell combining for 30. But again, you need a little bit more from Halliburton, or yeah, really Halliburton, to make this run make sense. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. You see Chet Holmgren with 9 and 11. Definitely a great stat line. He was definitely not getting the most calls out there. There was a lot of physicality. I liked how they didn't call too many fouls. There were 25 fouls, 24 fouls. They tried to keep it as balanced as possible, and not make free throws the whole thing of the game. They both shot over 30 free throws, so it's free throws definitely wasn't. I don't think fouls played a big role in them winning or losing. But let's go ahead and take a look. Jalen Williams, he balled out. He had 40. He was looking insane out there. Just efficient basketball. 14 for 25. He was the main star. He had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal. He was literally doing everything out there. He played literally the best basketball he's ever played. So that was like his best game of his career so far, and it was definitely amazing to watch. Hartenstein with 4. Again, he's gonna do what he has to do. 4 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, a block. So he's doing what he has to out there. Shea, he had 31. But if you were watching the game, you would never know he had 41. Just how explosive Jalen Williams was. 9 for 21. No threes. He went to the free throw line 14 times. He had 10 assists. So calm double for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Lou Dort, he had 9. Some big threes. And playing defense like he has to. He was actually guarding Halliburton most of the game, which we can factor into why he did, underperform. Let's take a look at the bench. Again, Aaron Wiggins coming off, doing his thing. Kind of a repeat of either game 2 or game 3. There was one game He went explosive. And then we also had Casey Wallace, who always plays defense, and he hit 3 threes, and it was just a well balanced attack from this team. Indiana made it close, but Oklahoma City was able to stay poised and win the game. We're actually going to take a look at some footage right now to see where things kind of derailed for Indiana. All right, and we're jumping into the game footage. I took a look, and where I think things derailed for Indiana was after this play. So we'll go ahead and take a look. We have Nembhard taking a 3 from the corner. Definitely not a bad look. And then we get some battling for the ball. Pascal Siakam with the rebound. He hits Mathurin. Mathurin hits him back. Lou Dort's able to close out, and Pascal Siakam, the leading scorer of the team, that was one of the biggest threes he hit that night. But this is kind of where Oklahoma City kind of put everything to rest. We see Shai Gilgeous with the ball. He's attacking downhill, going left. That looked a little legal, but I'm not a ref, but he gathers. Okay, 1-2, clean. He does a little dump off to Lou Dort. Lou Dort swings it to man of the day, man of the hour, Jay Williams, and he's lining everything up. He's lacing everything through the net tonight. He's having the best game of his career. Now we have Nembhard coming down. Indiana's still alive. The game is definitely not over. There's 8 minutes left to go. And that was the story of the game. Indiana's problem in the whole game, they could not take care of the basketball. From the jump ball all the way to the end of the game, turnovers was a big problem. And here's a good example. Just miscommunication, not on the same page. It gives Casey Wallace an easy break-off dunk and just easy way to, set things up. These are so again, when you turn the ball over, you just took a shot off of yours, so you didn't put up a shot, and you gave them an extra possession to put up a shot. So always understand that. Understand that turnovers are costed. They had to call timeout for that because it was like, yo, we can't have them go on this run. Shai Gilgeous with the in and out, so he hits him with he hangs in and out, gets the one. He gets 2 steps behind. Now Obi Toppin touches the paint. Now look at this. He's supposed to be sliding, but instead he's now changing his whole angle. Halliburton and Toppin doesn't need to help because Halliburton's already there. Now, because Toppin has to help, he's a pass away, or he's helping one pass away, which is a no bueno in basketball. He has to help recover, and Nembhard does a good job trying to help, but it's not enough because Toppin should have been there in the first place. And that was just bad rotational defense from Indiana off of a bad turnover the previous possession. Let's go ahead. There's nothing. They create nothing. And Oklahoma City comes back down. Jay Williams with the nasty spin move over Naismith because he wants to be aggressive. Turner is on his hip, and he does his thing again on Nembhard. He gets that little bump. They gave him the extra little, put his foot down because, he got the contact. But, again, he's on, he has 35 right now. Again, we have Nembhard with the jump pass. And, again, Nembhard with just an ill-advised pass. He's jumping in the lane. Obi Toppin is ready, but Alex Caruso does the right move, and the right move is to stay home. Now, he could have tried to dump it to Turner. I see where he's going, but not a line drive pass. Now, I don't know if Dort gets his hand on that, but again, it's just passing over your body is just like you're going against the momentum of everything, so it makes no sense. And then you give Shai Gilgeous the easy layup and one plus the bucket, so. This is, we're paying attention to all this. It was 2 points. They turned 2 points into a 10-point lead. Look at these fans. They're ecstatic. They're excited. Again, Indiana cannot make anything, and you see Oklahoma City's just coming downhill. Shai Gilgeous, he gets to that spot, makes the defense collapse, and everybody touches paint. And then again, Jay Williams, everything is going in for this guy tonight, and it's well deserved. He's an amazing player. He's playing great. Indiana, we come down. So we have, again, Nembhard with the bad pass. If you're gonna do this pass, fundamentals, bounce pass it, my friend. Bounce pass it. Again, you with these chest-to-chest passes. Caruso with the clutch steal, the amazing save. Gives it to Jay Williams. Jay Williams sees he could have hit Dort, but he said, no, we got to really kill some time. And he's in go mode. They call foul on that. I think they're in the bonus. I might be wrong now that he picked up that foul. Um, and it's just Indiana just cannot piece together their stop. And then this is one play. They don't show the whole play. They don't show the whole play here. But if you watch the game, you would know that Chet Holmgren is on the floor because of some foul or some play they didn't call foul. So they have numbers. Halliburton has not been making good decisions. Indiana has not been making good decisions with the basketball. This is the one time they make the right read. So if you pay attention, there's 4 Thunder and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pacers. Nesmith is in the back, but because their rim protector is on the floor, this is where I got upset. I'm literally screaming like, "Yo, you don't see Toppin? You don't see Toppin? You don't see Toppin?" And I'm watching the game live. I'm like, "Yo, Toppin," because it's like their guy who's supposed to be protecting the rim is not there. The fact that he looks right, like there's nothing over there. That's why I'm getting pissed. It's like this is just like, what are you looking at? Are you looking at your coach? Your coach will tell you what to do. Nembhard's not. He's not up the floor fast enough. The read is to look for Toppin with an open guy off the rip. Once Holmgren was on the floor, you were supposed to be looking for Toppin. This play should have been executed way faster, but they were able to get it, and that's just because Obi Toppin spamming X like, "Yo, I'm open," because Halliburton is like blind right now. And you see Holmgren, he's complaining to the ref because he's saying like, "Oh, there's a foul. I'm on the floor." Like, this is where your basketball IQ comes in, and that's where they get an easy bucket instead of turning it over. Let's continue. Now we have Shea. Patience. Isn't that the same pass that Nembhard tried to do? But Nembhard rushed it instead of just waiting and waiting to find the right pocket to pass it to. They're helping one pass away, and Lou Dort with the high arcing 3, that's going in. So Indiana's defense is looking kind of crazy out there, and then they're playing kind of their weirdest basketball ever. Jay Williams, he's coming downhill. He's literally in his bag. Like, he's unstoppable right now. And Naismith's a good defender. He meets him at the spot. That little shimmy, just to create enough separation so he can lace the 3 in. I mean, lace the mid-range shot in. And that was a tough, smooth basket. And again, they don't pull their starters. They're still going. They want to make an emphasis here. Shai Gilgeous against Siakam. And Siakam and Shai Gilgeous were going at it this game. Not in terms of physicality or fighting, but just in terms of the fact that Siakam he's a great defender. His wingspan is there, and he had blocked a few of Shai's shots, but not this one. This one was a tough, crafty layup, and honestly, once that shot was made, that's all she really wrote. The game was kind of over after that. Indiana really couldn't get anything going, and I think, did he lace this one through? Obi Toppin only had one. Yeah, that was actually a monster play. Let's actually replay that. This one kind of got swept under the rug because Indiana was losing, but my boy Naismith with the putback dunk, looking like a monster out there. That was fire. Like, and then the replay was even better. It was like, "Yo, you did that." But enough about the semantics and the highlights and the hoopla. That was a good play from Naismith, but ultimately Oklahoma City is the team that wins this game. And this was a pivotal game for Indiana to win. We all know that Game 5s are very, very, very crucial. Is Indiana out? No, but the odds are stacked against them. It's not that a 3-2 lead is insurmountable, but it's very hard to come back from. It's possible. And if anybody could do it, it would be Indiana. But again, Oklahoma City, they regained the driver's seat after dropping that first game with Halliburton hitting that shot. And now we need to see what Indiana's going to do on the road. I mean, when they go back home. It's going to be interesting. Are we going to a Game 7? I need to know. You guys got to let me know. I think we're going to a Game 7. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of The Wave. I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Ciao. I'll see you guys at the next finals installment. I'll see you guys later.